Nope, now I've got to see. Alright, hold on. Ronco rotisserie. Yeah, here we go.
Rotisserie. Oh, yeah! Set it and forget it. That's like a close second to the slap chop.
Alright, I have made it.
Hooray!
Can Wangdoodle develop a George Foreman grill powered by fireballs?
It's gonna be powered by sloe in a second.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, why are my teeth falling out when I eat this delicious rotisserie chicken?
Are your teeth magic? It says it right on the side of the box in fine print. Do not use if teeth are magical.
Oh, my teeth have turned into pigeons.
we have no liability. We incur no liability. It's on the box. You should have fucking read it.
Alright, I have a genuine question.
Yeah.
Ugh. Alright, genuine question. For people that go to wizard college and then don't pass, right? They fail out. Do they just become dentists?
No, they become sorcerers.
Oh, I feel attacked.
Ooh. Community college.
Like, are you sure you could practice this magic? This magic's easy. You don't need certification for this stuff. We're making veneers.
Today we're making fillings. Made with what? Lava.
Don't ask
Sorcerers
that
are literally
question.
like the hot jocks who go to college even though they have like no brain cells, but they get in because like their family, gets them in on college for reasons because they're rich, and then they just spend all their time partying and drinking. That's why they're charisma based.
Wait, can you cast Firebolt and squat 450? Here's a full ride.
I actually love sorcerers. But I'm
sorcerers
playing
are great
right now, so we have to maintain the rivalry.
Sorcerers are the ADHD student class in the game. They wanted to be a wizard, but they couldn't actually do the reading. But fortunately, they hyperfixated enough that they were able to cast spells.
It also helped that they happen to have like a dragonborn in there, or in their family tree, some generations back, or whatever.
Yeah, I guess
Or a
that kind of
genie.
started with, what was it, 4th edition? They were like, oh, there was a dragon. That's why you can cast magic.
I think 3rd edition actually had that. They had Wizard
Did it?
Origins on 3.0.
Okay. I did not remember that from my 3.5 days, but that was a long time ago. So
The Wizard Origin was very slight. I think there was only like a couple, but it was definitely like Dragon and Infernal Origin, and I think they added an Elemental Origin eventually.
I like that our group can be horribly summarized as an academic and their bodybuilding best friend with anger issues meet up with the gang from trade school.
I was drinking?
That's a dangerous thing whenever I'm talking. You know that by now.
It's true. Uh-oh. The music's changed.
The music's getting bopping.
Bum, 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 ba, 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 ba. All right,
I
friends.
love the delay when you do that, because it's totally offbeat.
Ba, 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 ba.
Oh, I love this song. Somebody wants.
Oh yeah, so this is the one that's always just a little too loud. All right, everybody. Welcome back. We are back in the thick of it with Arctis. Previously on Arctis Ascended. Finally, the end of the Great Ice Library. The final book held the final primal fear, death. And turning the pages of the book, it looked like it was being written in real time. The death of Arctis, spelled out across its pages, inferred that Vanix was about ready to do something terrible to the dragon known as Arctis. And as you entered the Book of Death, Vanix greeted you with a lengthy monologue about how he has been manipulating things behind the scenes, namely the familiar face of Narcissa, and even the Arborians, as he fed off their nightmares and their torment and unease. Arctis was helpless under Vanix's grasp, and quickly you set about to destroy anything that remained of Vanix. After going through the Great Ice Library and acquiring all of Vanix's various essences that he has left in the memories of Arctis's residents, you have denied him a multitude of skills, which would have helped him greatly in the battle to come. However, even with the essences at hand, Vanix proved to be a more than worthy opponent. Having a variety of spell effects, breaths, and even a very nasty bite and claw, Vanix quickly fell to the heroes. However, as he was taking his final shuddering breaths, his blood coagulated in a similar way to the black oil you had found deep underneath Vacaris, and was quickly seeping into the physical manifestation of Arctis itself. Arctis, with his last vestige of strength, pulled you into him physically, and now you are inside the great cosmic dragon, where the nightmare of Vanix, now free from any physical form, has become a terrifying thing to witness. An amalgamation of all nightmares from the party. He sits inside the brain of Arctis himself. The heart of Vanix beats between worlds. And now, you five are on the precipice of death or victory, as you set about to finally destroy the heart of Vanix once and for all. Last session, the very last thing that happened was Wangdoodle set alight a wall of fire across the chest cavity of the great dragon, fully engulfing the heart in fire, and Grebella, fearlessly immune to fire, leapt across one of the central platforms and got to work doing what she does best, beating the shit out of the heart with her flail of death. However, Vanix's heart still beats and squelches as the dragon writhes around within the mind of Arctis, like some sort of disgusting parasite. The final battle is upon you. And will you all survive? Or will one of you not make it out of Arctis's mind, lost forever in the physical manifestation of Arctis's squelchy insides? Ooh.
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 All right. Let us begin. The last thing that Wangdoodle did was set alight the heart of Vanix with the wall of fire and perform an arcana check to see what one of these mystical circles on the ground actually did. He learned that at least the one on the right teleported you to the platform over here, just in case things got a little tight where you are. Let's put on another banger and get back to it.
Do I look like I know what a Vanix is?
I asked for do I look like I know what a JPEG is?
I just want the answer to a gosh dang slow problem.
All right. Possibly one of my favorite bangers.
Please no, I was practicing P8S yesterday. I can't handle this now.
All right, Wangdoodle, I will ask you officially, is that the end of your round before we move on to the next?
Boy, I hope so. A week is a long time for a turn.
He's thinking? He's still thinking?
Lag? Lag?
All
No, I'm
right.
good.
At the end of your round, the Heart of Vanix will take a legendary action.
Wait, no, it didn't take my hand off the piece. I put a card face down. and
No! No, Judge! Judge! Just kidding. I had one
Be on
moment.
my
please.
side. I paid you $5 for this.
Thinking?
Are we thinking?
I'm thinking.
Are we going?
I am. What's the range on this? Hold on. I have to do some shenanigans.
Cato blepissing?
50, 55, 55. Wangdoodle! At the end of your round, the Heart of Vanix will take a legendary action. And since you all are within 60 feet, he will target everybody. Let me double check to make sure this is if he can see or if this is something that he is aware of. That you can see within range. Okay, he cannot see the two people inside the terrible darkness circle, which is Raine and Swab. So this will be Grebella, Kozlo, and Wangdoodle. He spends 2 legendary actions to cast a higher level spell. And he will cast Mass Suggestion.
Oh boy.
Hey, Swab, do you get the impression that something horrible is happening outside of this fog that we can't see?
Horrible for the other guy, probably. I trust our people.
The Heart of
Does that
Vanix
work?
beats, and suddenly you hear the heartbeat within your minds. Grebella, Kozlo, and Wangdoodle. Make me a wisdom save.
No.
Oh no!
Oh, no!
Technically
does this-
speaking,
How?
Wangdoodle,
How?
Wangdoodle, you're
How?
actually in range.
Look at me, Wangdoodle. I am the smart one now.
I'm the negative here. How did I?
Wangdoodle, you have advantage on the roll because you're within 30 feet of Raine.
Oh my god. How?
Oh, okay, good.
Because
I
it's a
need to do
charm.
another one of them.
Wangdoodle, give me one more wisdom save.
Good luck.
Nope. Not
Well,
good enough.
Oh, no.
All right, let me read out this horrible spell. You suggest
Before
a
you do-
course. Go ahead.
Does the legendary action require the heart to take more burning?
No, it would be at the start of its turn.
If I flash of genius Grebella, does she not get charmed?
She crits, so she automatically succeeds.
I am fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
However,
Listen.
Wangdoodle and Kozlo. Terrible things are happening. The heart will suggest a course of activity, limited to a sentence or two, and magically influence up to 12 creatures of your choice that you can see within range that can hear and understand you. It is pulsing within your mind, but you do innately understand this. Creatures that can't be charmed are immune to this effect. The suggestion must be worded in such a manner as to make the course of action sound reasonable. Asking the creature to stab itself, throw itself onto a spear, or immolate itself automatically negates the effect of the spell. Each target makes a wisdom save, and on a failed save, it pursues the course of action you describe to the best of its ability. The suggested course of action can continue for the entire duration. If the suggested activity can be completed in a shorter time, the spell ends. The heart beats inside your head, pulsing with a strange and foreign rhythm. Ba-bum, ba-bum. Defend me and destroy the other interlopers. Boom, boom. While you are suggested in this manner, you cannot take any offensive action against the Heart of Vanix. If you have some sort of defensive skill, you must use it on the Heart of Vanix, such as Flash of Genius, or things like that. Grebella, you have critted, and you are now immune to this effect. However, our artificers might be turning their cannons on their friends. If you or any of your companions damage a creature affected by this spell, the spell ends for that creature. Just some light damage. The heart rallies the artificers as the robotic part of Vanix's nightmare taps into the heart of the artificers, and suddenly their eyes glaze over with that black oil. Defend. Destroy the others. Raine, you're up.
Oh, hello.
You are surrounded by darkness that Vanix's heart has placed with his lair action.
But the artificers said that these little Rooney things were little teleporters. And I do remember one is in front of me, so Raine is going to walk forward. Oh, hello, Eldritch Cannon.
Bonk.
Bonk.
You
Oh,
noticed
God!
the cannon barrel pointed towards you as you walked by.
Click, click.
I don't notice that because I can't
It's
see.
fucking dark. Raine, you stumble forward, remembering where the magical circle was previously, and as you step upon it, suddenly you find yourself looking at Grebella's back.
Oh, everything looks great out here. Everybody looks totally normal. Everybody's alive.
You turn around and look at the artificers who stare back at you with black eyes.
They look fine. Everybody's fine here.
The cannons change their angle ever so slightly from the heart of Vanix to the back of Grebella's head.
Well, that seems a little fishy. But I'm gonna insight check the heart. I'm gonna lead with that.
Okay. What would you like to know?
What happens when this heart goes boom?
What happens when the heart goes boom?
Or dies? Whatever.
When the
But it
bump
ceases
bump no
to
longer
be.
goes bump.
Yeah.
The heart does not have an on-death effect.
Okay. We're going to... we're gonna cast... Disintegrate at 8th level.
Ah! It's a deck save! That's not fair at all! Oh my god! Wait, what?
is happening?
What?
109 damage!
Wait.
I
Covered.
like how the dice listing is just like 1, 4, 2, 3, 5, 5, a bunch of sixes, and then plus 40
Plus
at the end of it.
Holy shit. Raine, you teleport to the platform and you see that the heart of Vanix is fully engulfed in flame. Stepping to the side of Grebella that is relatively safe and disregarding the artificer's glazed over looks, you send a beam of crackling energy, stronger than you've ever pushed out before, directly into the burning heart. You bore a hole into the heart, and it begins to spurt purplish blood everywhere. As it crackles and snaps within the fire, the heart begins to beat even faster now, losing blood at a fascinating rate. Though,
Fascinating.
like, ooh, how is he still fucking alive?
Like, we're all med students around here, like, damn, this dude should be dead.
However, the heart still stands, and the blood continues to crackle within the flames of the wall of fire, becoming this red-misted steam that fills the chamber with a pungent, noxious smell of iron.
Hey, Swab, I just gave this thing a new aorta. You want to get up here and throw some lightning in it?
Oh, okay, little. Oh, do I want to shock it back to health, or am I trying to put it down?
I mean, the latter one, clearly. I think we will go ahead and throw our Mind Sliver on for good measure.
Vanix's heart does not make the save with a 12, and is also debuffed by the Mind Sliver.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Blum, 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 blum. It continues squelching wetly. Raine, does that end your round?
It do. Yeah, I think it do.
All right, Raine, at the end of your round, the Heart of Vanix will take its last legendary action slot for a one-shotter. It will retaliate against Raine, attempting to give her the blast of grief. As Vanix's heart is under 25% or fewer HP, it will do the additional 3d10 psychic damage. One moment, please.
So many psychic damages.
Raine, that does not hit your AC of 24. As you shrug off the blast of grief, Vanix's heart continues to pulse. Swab, you're up. You are shrouded
Okay,
in
quick
darkness.
question.
Yeah.
Does my true sight let me see through this or not? I couldn't remember what the actual spell said when it was cast.
You can see 10 feet, because your true sight, I believe, is only 10 feet.
Okay, so then I will move 10 feet and then 10 feet onto the little transporter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Little chest pain here, buddy.
The heart continues to crackle. There is screaming in the back of your mind as the manifestation of Vanix has gone fully insane. I will not be alone. I will not be alone.
We're just gonna let it.
Disregard Vanix lightning bolt. That's one way to throw it. Vanix's heart apparently fails that dex saving throw too, and takes 30 lightning damage as the heart quivers and shakes as it's being defibrillated. Defibrillated? Thought I forgot a letter in there, but you know what? We're gonna go with it.
I'm required to do this.
Then I will.
I'm sorry.
You do have to flash of genius.
I am required to do this.
He makes the save, takes half damage. I'm gonna undo that.
Is he in 30 feet of you?
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
Because I
He is
measured it
not.
for counterspell purposes.
He's not. I'm gonna reapply the damage.
Give me that count back.
Get
Okay,
fucked,
no,
Artificer, and your bullshit.
Wow.
Wow.
What did the
I mean-
artificers ever do to you yet?
Look, it's fair. It's fine. Not
Look, I didn't
built
disintegrate
a
an
giant
artificer.
planet-destroying cannon or anything. Fine.
Swab, does that end your round?
That will end my round.
All right. The Heart of Vanix is out of legendary actions. Just kidding. He's got them all back now. The Heart
But he
of Vanix.
is burning.
He is burning. Start of his turn, he is in the wall of fire. Let's see. I'm scrolling up just to make sure. One side of the wall. A creature that takes the same damage to enter or ends its turn there. One sec. Hold on. Creature takes the same damage when it enters the wall for the first time on a turn. Or ends its turn there. Okay. So he will do it at the end of his turn.
I just want Wangdoodle to get the rotisserie kill.
Yeah.
The rotisserie kill.
We did open it up, so it will cook faster.
1 second. Vanix's heart is thinking about all the terrible things it wants to do.
Meanwhile, we're letting that Monterey steak rub just really get in there. and finish.
As the heart pulses potentially its last pulse, it will let loose a duo of grief blasts. Not on our poor artificers, of course. No. Let's say on... We'll do one on Grebella.
A grief blast? Oh my.
As he does a spell attack against Grebella, the screaming in the back of your mind echoes the chaotic, insane howling from the dying dragon. As the heart is under 25% HP, it will also do an additional 3d10 psychic damage, which is not lowered by Grebella's rage. Grebella will apply that to you. It'll let loose its final grief blast on Swab.
What?
And it will miss by 1. At the start of the round, a layer action occurs. The heart of Vanix pulses.
Wait, let him get rotisseried.
Oh, rotisserie time!
To rotisserie.
Yeah,
It's
rotisserie,
rotisserie
nerd.
time! Alright, Wangdoodle, let me see the end of the turn damage, which is 5d8.
Oh, goodness.
I'm scrolling to the bottom. 22 damage.
That enough?
Wait, would that also add the 1d8 from my wander? Is that because this is, continuing damage?
I don't think it would. I think it's just on the initial. However, the 22 fire damage is enough to cause the heart to shrivel and blacken, starting from the hole that Raine created with the disintegrate. It begins to curl in on itself, shriveling. There's no more blood pumping out of it, as the aortas and the empty ventricles just quiver and shrink like straws in a microwave. It continues to get smaller and smaller. And suddenly, piff, it vanishes out of existence. The eyes of the insane Vanix roll in the back of his head as he lets loose one final gasping roar. His form, his claws unhook from the inside of Arctis's mind. And he goes slipping down into this meaty hole he has placed himself in within Arctis's mind. The dragon disappears, his crystalline wings shatter, and there is nothing left but a gaping open hole that is inside Arctis somewhere, gibbering with chaotic noises and the residual squeals of a dying nightmare dragon. One moment, please.
So proud of you, Wangdoodle.
Yay! But
I'm
you know
glad.
what? Dragon hearts sure are a killer. You cook them just a second too long, they get overdone and shrivel up. That's a shame.
It's fine. I don't think we want a Grebella eating this one.
Oh,
I'm glad
that was a Yeah.
I'm glad that we got mind controlled, and then the game didn't last long enough for us to do anything with it.
Yeah.
Because that
You
would have
sure
been
I
really
can't eat
bad.
this one?
I mean, look, Wangdoodle was a little hungry. Just say it, but I agree. Grebella shouldn't eat this one.
Fine.
There is nothing left of the shriveled, charred heart of Vanix. You blink once again, and no longer are you inside the meat chamber of Arctis's mind.
I'm
You are
sorry, the what?
The meat chamber.
Oh, no.
You heard her.
You heard me correctly.
Don't you have a meat chamber in your mind? Come on now.
I
we're
mean, I
all
have a
over
meat
here.
chamber, but it's more of a chamber where I put meat, as in my face.
You don't know
Very
what
right.
orifice you were in within Arctis, but you know what? We're not going to talk about that.
Oh, no. That wasn't Arctis. That wasn't Vanix's heart. That was Vanix's butthole.
That would be something this group would do.
Ah, the colon of Vanix, stage 3.
The bottle.
What is this, a Cthulhu fight? What the hell?
You find yourselves suddenly back within the resplendent ballroom that Arctis calls home. The miasma surrounding the ancient dragon is gone, but Arctis is weak. He does not stir, but as you all appear back in the chamber, he manages to crack open a single eye and let out a long, thankful sigh. What do you all do? I would say the artificers are no longer charmed.
Is there some remnant of Vanix around here still?
There is one. A smear of purple blood directly in front of Arctis, along, well, kind of on his right side. The blood quivers and boils as if it has a mind of its own, but there is nothing else that is more, meaty that is remaining of Vanix.
Meaty.
Kozlo will approach this, wherever it was.
Like, directly in the center of the chamber by Arctis's right wing.
And as Kozlo is beginning to walk down these stairs, he would be reaching into his pack and pulling out a book that Grebella and Swab, I think, might recognize. I don't think Raine or Wangdoodle were ever exposed to this.
Oh god.
Is it your 40 feet of tubing?
No,
You gonna tube him?
it's this guy.
Oh shit!
Hooray!
Mm.
Raine is going to be horrified, but Azriel is so proud right now.
Kozlo, as you kneel down next to the boiling purple blood that is the only thing remaining of Vanix, you open up the book. A thin, purplish stream of ethereal energy curls out of the tear ducts of Arctis and begins flowing very slowly towards you. It takes one stop at the blood, collecting it. And that and the blood form a sphere in front of your eyes. Swirling with nightmarish energy, the orb now floats towards you very carefully. It's about basketball-sized and hovers over the book. Suddenly, new words begin to form in the book, penned by the blood of Vanix, laced with his magical essence. As you remove any lingering vestiges of Vanix's soul that were remaining within Arctis, you draw it out ever so carefully, and the blood, too, all becomes a part of the book. You gain an ability of your choice. Was there something in mind?
I'm trying to remember what all abilities we actually even saw him use. Because it says I can take legendary abilities, and that seems smart.
Isn't there the one where he put the thing down where you can't have magic or whatever?
That was a lair action, I think.
The lair actions would be the only things that you would not be able to take. But let me give you an idea of what you can take.
Yeah, I'm just scrolling forever back through like the entire last session.
Wait, we know he had like 3 different breath weapons. Was that right? He had like the nightmare one and the fucking radiant one.
He did. He had the gravity breath, he had the stellar flare breath, and he had a nightmare breath. He also has a nightmare aura, which causes creatures to be paralyzed and damaged. He also has the void twist, which if he is hit by a ranged attack, he can increase his AC by 5, and then you can choose a new target within 30 feet for the attack. The layer actions, unfortunately, will not be a part of this, but everything else is fair game. Would you like a new breath weapon, Kozlo?
I don't know that breath weapon is really Kozlo's style. I was thinking about the void twist, because it's just a reaction, right?
It is.
Then I wouldn't have to use a spell slot on shield. In fact, I could swap shield out for something else.
Mm-hmm.
Does it have a limited number of uses?
It does not.
Like, I was thinking about using this book on Vanix for like 3 sessions now anyway.
Yeah, his Nightmare Breath does 10d8 psychic on a wisdom save. There's the Void Twist. There is the Stellar Flare Breath, but it can only be used if you are at 25% health or less.
Yeah.
The Gravity Breath causes people to be restrained, but doesn't necessarily do damage, but it makes them take a lot of falling damage. And then he has the Nightmare Breath, which is more of a typical dragon breath, but it does psychic damage.
Yeah, the breath attacks as a fireball enthusiast, I'm not sure are what I would be after. I'm kind of considering either the void slip or the void redirect thing.
Oh, you can also take any of his innate abilities, such as Void Dweller, where you will no longer require air, foods, drink, or sleep.
Oh.
Or his Chill of the Void. Cold damage dealt by you. Ignores resistance to cold damage, but not cold immunity.
What is the void slip? Is that like an action? What is that? How would I utilize this if I took it?
Void Slip, the Void Twist, that was the reaction. And then he does have Void Slip, which twists the fabric of space. Each creature within 15 feet of you must succeed on a DC 18 Dex save, or take 2d6 plus 7 bludgeoning damage, and it's knocked prone. Then you can teleport to an unoccupied space within 40 feet. So it just kind of knocks them together, and then you can teleport.
Yeah, I was just wondering if that was an action, or like, I guess it's a feature, so I guess it would be I don't know how this fits into my normal round ability, I guess is what I'm...
It's a legendary action for him, but it would be an action for you.
Okay. I kind of think either the Void Twist or the never eat or sleep or drink again. But then again, I don't know that Kozlo would want to not sleep. He likes his nappies. So
Think
let's
of
take
all the potted plants you wouldn't be able to sleep in.
True. Yeah, let's take the Void Twist, the +5 AC, and redirect it to something within 30 yards on a reaction.
Okay. I'm gonna just drag this directly into your character. Comment.
And bonus, now we know exactly where Vanix is at all times.
Oh,
Unless we lose the book. In
Hooray!
which case, let's not lose the book.
he's now in the book. All right, Kozlo, you have gained Void Twist. It is under your other features as a reaction. The dragon quickly creates a small rift in space, providing extra defense against a ranged attack. When you're hit by a ranged attack, you can increase your AC by 5, and then if it misses because of the increase, you choose a target within 30 feet, and that becomes the new target of the attack.
But it has to miss because of the increase. So if it already misses, I can't use that in
Correct.
redirect.
Mhm.
Okay. That seems good.
Yeah, that's instant shield replacement.
Mm-hmm.
Shield New Game Plus right there.
And any of the abilities destroyed by the essences, unfortunately, are not a part of the soul stealing. You have already destroyed them.
Yeah, I had to see him use the thing anyway, according to the book's description.
Vanix screams, as he too now is committed to Arctis's history. A book of soul stealing, now just a book of nightmares.
Kozlo will just stand up and nonchalantly put the book back into his bag.
The screaming book silences as you close it.
Now, if I do that again, just so you know, there is a 5% chance that he pops back out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that feels like go out on top, undefeated and untied type of scenario. I think you might retire that now.
I may not try using this book again unless it's like incredibly dire circumstance.
I
Book
cannot
opens up.
wait
Oh,
until
call
you
it a
immediately roll a
comeback.
5. You're just like, yeah, I void twist. Vanix comes out. Surprise, motherfucker.
We're all exhausted after a pitched battle against like the next big evil bad. Spent all spell slots. Oh hey, Vanix is here.
Immediately mind controls everybody. It's fucking over.
What the hell is even that?
You may notice that Azrael only used that book after the first time on extreme bullshit.
Yeah.
Azrael in the back of your mind is just like, yes, yes, yes.
A good Pokemon.
EX Pokemon.
That is an EX Pokemon right
That's
there.
a legendary.
That's a rainbow.
Master Ball.
Rainbow Gold Star.
Do 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 do.
So
I'm not gonna let Nurse Joy look at this one.
What do you mean?
Is Nurse Joy Lena in this scenario?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Like, oh, what you got in here? Nightmares beyond comprehension. Oh.
Look, it just seemed like the safest place to stuff him.
Yeah. That's a Vanix and what's our lich's name? Jesus, it's been so long. Narcissa type situation.
Yeah. Oh, suddenly you just feel your rep with the Umbrellans is now hated.
Yeah.
It's fine. We'll stuff them in there too.
Hey.
Raine
We
is
don't-
going to go over to Grebella and give her some healing.
Okay.
Why did the healing sound like angry?
So angry.
Because it comes from Raine's health pool.
Oh.
Did that
This is-
it looked like that added in, yeah? Yeah.
Yep, sure
Yeah,
did.
it looks like it did.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
Raine takes necrotic damage and heals twice that much, but only does it once per day.
Thank you.
Yep.
Exhausted
you need
from
to be
his...
able to take a lot of damage later. Probably. Maybe. I don't know.
Wait, what are we fighting next?
I don't know. It feels like there's always something around the corner. Oh, wait a minute. There's a giant dragon here that we just saved.
Hello!
Hi.
Greetings.
He's just gonna walk up to it and be like, "It's afraid."
Touch its flag. It's afraid.
Thank you, Doogie.
Greetings, heroes. Forgive me, I am weakened from Vanix's evils in the presence of the sloe. It is good to see you. Carefully, Arctis creeps forward to get a better look at those that have saved his life. You are the ones who come from Maginox and have taken advantage of the entrance to the Great Ice Library through the blessing that I have left with the Polarans. Is that correct?
I'm gonna be honest, it was long enough ago, I do not remember how we got here.
We came through the painting, Kozlo, yes.
Oh, the painting!
Mhm.
It's been several months, I feel like.
It's been 1 week since we went through the painting.
But in actuality, it's been a long fucking time.
I, first and foremost, thank you all for sparing me the horrors that Vanix has attempted to inflict upon me. Vanix would want nothing more than to extend his nightmarish influence to everyone within Arctis. Now, that is over, and the people of Arctis can be spared his eternal nightmare. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome. He is also kind of a dick, though, so... Murdered his ass gladly.
Arctis chuckles slightly. You would have not come to me if you were not in great need. Though I am weakened, I have the ability to answer your most pressing question to the best of the knowledge that I have accumulated across the cosmos.
Well, that's actually sort of precisely why we came. In part to also help you, I would hope. And thus everyone else. We're here to figure out what to do about the sloe, actually.
Arctis looks at Raine with his bright, blazing eyes. It looks like staring into the aurora borealis, a shifting myriad of colors, from blue to purple to green, all shimmering across the dragon's eyes. He nods. Is this your chosen question, Raine Silversong?
Well, time out. There was some strategizing around this. One, this is not my question, but maybe a rules clarification. Do we each get a question?
You do.
Perfect. And again, rules clarification, not my question. That was a freebie.
I would not take your single question as that. I am not some conniving djinn.
And yet, still is playing a game with us only each getting one question.
Yeah, there's still rules apparently, even though we just saved his life. Seems fucked up. I feel like we all get a bonus question for saving him in the process, but you know, that's just me. Well, time out. Should we strategize? I feel like we talked about this, but it felt like it was literally months ago.
Yeah.
Huddle up.
That Vanix guy really drug things out.
Take as
Was
much
not ready to
time
die.
as you need. I will be ensuring that the people of Arctis safe.
You can stay here. We're just going to be a couple minutes. Don't leave.
It looks like he's just gazing out the window.
Hey, if you see a weird pyramid thing in the middle of Imaginox, just don't worry about that.
What the hell?
Beans. The answer is beans. Apparently. Okay. So, Wangdoodle, I feel like you had some theories on the sloe that might inform the questions that we might ask.
Yeah, I don't want to take a whole lot of time, but basically I have a theory that all elemental forms are basically just like points on various scales. And the theory is that if you balance them correctly, you can obviously do something like, sorcerer. Some of them can turn a fireball into like an acid ball and stuff, right?
Yeah, we see Swab do that pretty frequently. Yeah, seems sound.
Yeah. So the fact that that's possible means that there's an explanation for it, and I believe that by adjusting where certain focuses are on these elemental scales, that's possible, right? You're stabilizing, you're stabilizing the arcane energy around you to focus into a spell, right? So you have to stabilize it in a certain way. So the theory is that you could do that also with slow, but like in the opposites, right? Because it feeds on magic. It exists there. So it consumes itself to consume the magic, right? So think of it like anti-magic. So if we can stabilize magic, we should be able to stabilize anti-magic. That's the theory.
So you want to transmute the sloe into something that is perhaps not toxic like it is currently?
Correct. I want to stabilize it. Because if we can stabilize it to a point that, it's generating a lot, right? There's a lot there. If we can use that and funnel that into new things, we could expand on what we know now about magic. We can, for lack of a better term, bring magic to where magic doesn't exist.
So that tackles one part of the sloe problem, which is the fact that it is inherently corrosive to our world.
Correct. But if we can control it, we can then use its near infinite energy to do what we need. We can become greater than we ever thought.
Right. So the second problem then.
Sorry, players. Let me. My stream lost connection to the server, so I actually need to restart it. So I apologize, but everybody's gonna get kicked. Very quickly.
Oh no, Wangdoodle started talking about alternative energies and now it's gone.
Please continue.
Wow, way to silence the fucking alternative energy.
I apologize.
What is our stream sponsored by Big Oil? What the fuck?
I hate everything right now. 3-minute break.
Arctis brought to you by Chevron.
BP. We're sorry.
Sorry.
Oh no.
Something went wrong. Critical failure.
So lately, as like a relaxation, kind of like unwind me time kind of video game, I've started playing Crime Scene Cleaner. And I'm into that game a lot more than I thought I would be.
I have a really good friend of mine whose wife actually does that job.
Like in
Like she does crime scene stuff.
oh, but she doesn't like. Well, I don't want to ask you a question you would have to say no to, so we'll leave it for another time.
More than likely, if you're gonna have like an actual in-depth question, the answer is gonna be I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the game's
My
about
autism is about airplanes. If you want to ask me about airplanes, we can talk about that until the fucking session is over, and then I can keep going.
I love to talk about airplanes until I had to take a color blindness test at an optometrist. The thing I wanted to do the most was be a pilot, and then I was informed I couldn't.
Nope. I'm also colorblind, so I feel that.
Yeah. I got it from my grandfather, who actually was in the Air Force in Pearl Harbor, and I always get thrown off when I hear that story because I'm like, wait a minute, I can't do it, so he definitely couldn't do it. It's like, yeah, but he was on the ground and maintenance crew. And I'm like, I never considered that.
Okay, you guys can all log back in now.
I don't want it. Okay.
No, but the game itself is you're a janitor with a sick daughter who gets asked to make a crime scene go away before it's a crime scene. And that loops you into the gameplay.
I kept seeing the warning of your connection to the Foundry server has been disconnected. We're trying to reestablish, and then it just fucking, without even me touching anything, just boots me to the login screen. Cool stuff, Forge! Anyway, log back in, and then continue.
Richard, please.
Can't have conversations about alternative energy sources.
Can we have a conversation about alternative server?
Oof. Can we have pure slow powered servers?
God.
Can we introduce Forge to that technology?
A wild magic check every time you log in?
No. Wangdoodle wants to purify it.
I am only missing Kozlo.
I am in.
I'm not against the idea of creating a door to like a pub or something that when you open it, a wild magic thing happens to the patron who walks through the door. I think that's a brilliant idea.
But only like the whimsical ones, like they get like a feather beard and shit like that.
Yeah, like the feather beard, or on like April Fool's Day, you have it where it turns them into a potted plant, but then as they fall forward, they hit a trampoline that then shoots them over to the bar.
I love it.
All right, everybody. Continue, please. Alternative energy sources powered by the sloe.
No, I think standard arcane methods are better. Our alternate magical sources are not really going to get us anywhere.
Think of the economy.
Exactly. What would happen if we just, what, we're asking silly questions. Let's move on.
Yeah. Okay. So Wangdoodle. So assuming that it's possible, and you get an answer to that question about ways to transmute the sloe. The other problem that we need to deal with is the fact that the sloe is already infected quite a bit of, if not all of, the ley lines of Arctis. So we probably need some methodology of manipulating the ley lines to the extent that Novus already did to fuck over the poor people of... I'm sorry. Who were the poor people who got fucked over by Novus? I'm really trying to remember.
The Vacarans?
Poor people are the billionaire class.
The Vacarans. No, the other people.
The Magmarans.
The Magmarans, yes. Right, those folks.
That is so high class of you. Remember those peasants? Who are those peasants?
Who are the Poles?
Who are those filthy peasants who showed up on our front doorstep? Yeah, those people.
So, and this
which
kind
we know
of
is possible because Novus did it.
Right. But my theory goes another way too, because you know the whole shard, two souls stuck in there fighting each other, that whole thing?
Mm-hmm. Lucaris is
If we-
his name. He's not a peasant.
Yeah.
Clear.
All right. Give me a second.
He has a name, Wangdoodle. Not like those peasants.
Wow.
My lord.
Sorry, the arrogant noble elf is showing a little bit more than usual.
That's perfectly fine. Look, I haven't met the guy, okay? So I wasn't gonna sit there and Anyway, so we have that whole problem. If we can figure out how to stabilize the slow, right, and we can control that, similar practices might be able to stabilize and separate the two of them, right, and potentially extract one. In the same way that stabilize and the slow that's within the ley lines could lead to extraction, because at least then it's controllable.
Okay. So I feel like we have two questions, and I also feel like the transmutation of slow, that's your research. That's probably your thing. I feel like maybe that's something to lead with.
Yeah, that was, it's kind of been a big point.
Because if it's not possible, or Arctis doesn't know, then we might have to change up our strategy.
I gotta tell you, getting the answer straight from Arctis would make a really good thesis defense. Just saying.
I think we will safely be able to append PhD at the end of your name, Wangdoodle, when all this is over. And if not, I will just disintegrate Lou, because honestly, what good is he for at this point anyway?
Damn.
Grebella,
Okay,
you haven't
so-
met Lou. When you meet Lou, you'll
I
understand.
thought I did. Maybe I did.
Oh, you might have met fucked up Lou. I think actually that did happen,
Yeah.
like Nightmare
Oh, yeah.
Lou.
Yeah,
Nightmare Lou.
Which somehow, Nightmare Lou, better than actual Lou.
Gosh.
Strangely. Yeah.
Preferred that version of Lou. So, what other questions do we have? I can ask the one about repairing the ley lines.
I feel like mine had to do with Fakaris, and I can't remember.
I'm not opposed to anybody having personal questions either, as long as we're able to get the answers that we need to save the world and all.
Oh, I think mine was about how to get Fakaris to be inhabitable again.
I sort of suspect that's going to be the ley lines. The ley lines might get us there, but if maybe my question doesn't fully get us there, maybe you can follow up with something like that.
Yeah. It was that or something about dragons, and I don't remember. No.
I would hope he'd know a lot about dragons. Seems like a reasonable thing. Or do you want to ask him something about you? If you want to
I
know
think we
about
learned too
you.
much about me this round. I'm good.
That's fair. Kozlo, Swab.
I don't know what my question would be. I haven't thought that far ahead. I didn't think I'd still be alive this far.
I mean, that's fair. I guess.
Yeah, I've been trying to think what Kozlo would have for a question.
I feel like we had come up with a whole list, and then, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, we strategized this a little bit, and then it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
When we thought we were going to ask the question, around the corner. And then Lost had happened. He's a little pocket house Hamaki, that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
He's the new Brixus.
He is the most hated character in all of Arctis canon.
There is the problem of Narcissa. I don't know if that's
Yeah, I
something
feel
that
like
the three
one
of
of
you
them
were
is
interested in tackling.
Narcissa based too, but oh, freeing the souls. That's what it was. That's what mine was freeing the souls.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That could also potentially inform how we would deal with the Lucara situation as well. If there's a way to free souls that are trapped somewhere in a pocket plane. That could be a two birds, one stone.
You only need one bird. Me.
I'm sorry, two drakes, one ballista bolt.
All right, I'm writing down the free Narcissa souls one for me in case the other questions about Vicaris. So
Yeah, I'm okay to use my question on one that we're like, we need to find out about this, but
I'm the same way. I don't really have like a personal question for me.
like I feel like all of Kozlo's personal questions would be like, how do I make a bunch of money? Or like, hey, is my mom okay right now? Which are questions that you like he doesn't need to ask the epic dragon of the entire
What
existence.
would be the next winning lottery numbers?
So
Yeah.
maybe we lead with these three questions and see where we're at.
Sure.
There could also be questions. I know you are all interested in the city of Brass for your patron. I don't know if there's anything there.
Oh right, we were gonna ask about finding the way to the city of Brass.
I'm literally digging out notes right now. That's one of the
Yeah,
notes. I just have City
I'd
of
forgotten
Brass
about that
question
whole
mark.
hook.
I think that's a good Kozlo question.
Yeah, that's a good one for Kozlo because he was also very curious because it was apparently full of money. So
Money and
And
wishes.
Kozlo's also officially Azrael's favorite at this point with the Book of Soul Stealing play. Look, I'm just saying, Azrael
You're right, but goddamn.
Azrael loves all their children equally. They just love some of their children a little more equally.
little more equally.
Those that said legendary Pokemon to Azrael, big fan.
Pokemon.
Okay, shall we call the big guy over?
Should we call him over like a waiter, like we need a check, or should we go to him?
Let's just go over to him.
Excuse me, Arctis, yes, over here, please.
Garçon!
Snap your fingers. Hey. It's like a bat, like a dog. Hey, come here. Hey, come here.
This is how you get eaten by dragons.
You don't sneak around in front of them, Grebella. That's how you get kicked. I read that in a book one time.
On the next episode of How to Feed Your Dragon.
People, it's what's for dinner. Arctis turns to face you. Have you finished deliberating on what your question will be, little ones?
Well, maybe. We're gonna kick it off with Wangdoodle over here. He's got some sick beats to drop.
Approach. William H. Wangdoodle.
Hi. First off, big fan. Just gotta say that. Big fan.
He nods tiredly.
Okay. I've basically committed my entire life to trying to figure out this sloe. Right? We need to take care of it. We know that. I have a theory and I hope you can help me.
Please, go on.
I believe there's a way to be able to control and manipulate portions of magic. So my question is, how do I stabilize the sloe?
Arctis nods and thinks for a moment. As you have learned in your travels, the sloe is a combination, a terrible combination, of two distinct things. One, the mote of anti-magic, brought from another plane, intended to infect me and to weaken me against Tiamat. 2. The sloe has been changed because it has been too touched by Tiamat. A part of the sloe is also the venom of Tiamat herself. And together they have created a frightening, deadly combination. Anti-magic and Tiamat's potent, chaotic, and destructive venom, both now which flow through my veins. If you wish to stabilize the sloe, you must understand its two unique nature. One, that it cannot be directly manipulated by magic itself due to its anti-magic properties of the spell plague. And 2, controlling it would be like controlling the chaotic mind of Tiamat herself. It is understanding how to reverse its chaotic nature and its destructive nature. But like most venoms, there is an anti-venom. However, you must create this stabilizer, this slow anti-venom, by procuring Tiamat's venom itself, and then creating the antidote from that.
I will respect the wish. I have asked a question. Your answer has led me to further questions, but that's not part of the deal.
I understand it is no small feat to ask you to retrieve the venom of Tiamat herself. But you have traveled far, and I will answer your question to the best of my ability. There was once a great bazaar that lived on another plane, where creatures from many planes dabbled, traded across the cosmos, across ethereal, physical, and elemental boundaries. It was called the City of Brass. This fabled trading area, this zone, also once held a portal. Excuse me, the Foundry server is actually driving me nuts today. Held a portal where even the denizens of the Nine Hells could trade. However, due to conflict, this once grand bazaar of the cosmos has been quiet, shuttered. The once grand portal has been closed. If this great bazaar, the city of brass, once again rose as a foundation of trade, you might be able to procure Tiamat's venom somehow from a denizen of the Nine Hells. Without having to extract it yourself. Alternatively, you could find the portal, repair it, or to take control of it, and delve into the Nine Hells yourself. But I believe this to be great folly, and even more dangerous than what you have experienced here. It is not something I can ask of you, but something I can inform you of. If you wish to delve into the Nine Hells itself, your best way is through the city of brass.
Okay. And that city also sounds very familiar to some other questions we had. And I'm going to stop taking up the time. Again, thank you, Arctis. We'll get right to work on that. Someone else, please.
Do we still feel good about my question then? About the ley lines with what you've learned, Wangdoodle?
Yeah, I'm starting to work on another theory. So if I seem unattentive, I am listening, but really focused on writing.
Okay. I suppose I will have the next question then, Arctis.
Come forward, Raine Silversong.
Right. So even if we were to, well, I guess find a way to purify the snow with the anti-venom, a lot of damage has already been done to the ley lines, some by the sloe and some by others trying to protect themselves from the sloe, as I'm sure you're aware. My question is, how can we repair the ley lines? Reset them? Heal the damage already done?
As you too have learned in travels, the ley lines allow the elements cross between the planes as they grow from roots of the various world trees that have been planted upon my back. As the roots grow, they cross the planes and allow the power to seep through and allow you mortals to utilize it to the best of your ability. Unfortunately, as long as the sloe is a presence within my veins, so to speak, the ley lines will not be able to be entirely repaired. The world trees have been irrevocably damaged, as the sloe has tainted many of them. The flows of magic through my body are just as much as the blood that flows through your veins, and if sickness permeates you, it would permeate me as well. There are multiple world trees that grow upon my back. 2 of them have met so far. Tapio and Sika. The progeny of the world trees, the ones that have protected, have unfortunately sacrificed many things, including themselves, in order to slow or stop the progress of the slow. Without the Arborians, what you ask would be immensely difficult. However, I know that you have come across a reawakened Arborian in your travels by the name of Bonsai. Is that correct?
It is, although they have rather spontaneously disappeared of late. We were able to recover a seed of Sika, though, as well.
Do not fret, for Bonsai is alive and well. Bonsai will be your key to reawakening these world trees and allow their roots to once again flourish. But be warned, if the sloe is still a presence, the freshly growing roots of the world trees will too become tainted once again, and potentially cause further damage, even infecting the other planes. Take the seed of Sika and beseech each of the world trees within Arctis for their seed. And once the sloe has been purged, ley lines can be grown anew, and the Arborians will once again return to Arctis.
Thank you.
I know it is no small task, and is like, how would you say, putting the cart before the horse. But these damaged ley lines are more easily destroyed than they are regrown. But with fertile soil, the roots will take hold quickly. He smiles enigmatically. It is imperative that you solve the problem of the sloe first, before regrowing the ley lines, and reawakening the slumbering world trees that hold on to the vestiges of power that they currently have. They have been greatly weakened by the sloe, and more so, they mourn the loss of their many numerous children in the Arborians. Bonsai is but a glimmer of hope. Take one of his branches. Visit the world trees once the sloe is gone, and give them a reason to bloom anew. In order to facilitate this, little one, I will tell you of each of the locations of the world trees in Arctis. You have already met Sika, the world tree of Arcturus. Auralio. You have met Tapio, the world tree of Polaris. Next, you will meet the world tree Avi of Feronia. I hope this answers your question.
Well, it very technically does. You are just kind of, handing out legendary quests with each subsequent question, which I feel like is, I don't know, opening more doors than we had hoped. We hope to close a few, but hopefully my compatriots will have better luck.
Do those doors
Sometime-
also go to the City of Brass?
Several of them do, yeah.
Many times questions beget questions, or do not have simple, succinct answer.
Yes. Saving the world is hard and complex. All right, I think you're up next, Grebella.
Yep. Narcissa still has a bunch of souls of her people and trapped, and we were wondering if we could, I don't know, free them without hurting them, or,
She kind of looks towards everybody else like she's afraid to fuck up the words on it.
It is all right. Speak your mind.
Narcissa's been a problem, and, well, some of her reasons aren't the worst. Some of those people deserve to move on.
This is true.
Including maybe my mom.
Narcissa's reluctance to free the souls is understandable for the narrow-mindedness of a mortal. Arctis turns from Grebella and looks out the window. Come here, little one. He gestures.
Gonna duck under this wing.
He speaks in a lower voice, as if it is meant for only you. Grebella, you have been touched by many a power, and many things are now out of your strong and capable hands. Fate sometimes is not kind. If you gaze out the window, you can see the beautiful Aurora Borealis. This Borealis, it is made of all of the souls that have come before. What Narcissa does disrupts the cycle and does not allow these souls to find peace. They too deserve to dance within the Borealis and live in bliss. Narcissa, though, is still mortal and can potentially be reasoned with. Her mind has been too tainted by the incessant nagging of Vanix's nightmares. He has whispered lies into her vulnerable mind and taken her own unease, her insecurities, and have made them manifest. She wraps herself in the souls that she thinks she protects, but yet denies them the peace that they crave. She is still mortal and can be reasoned with, even though she may not accept that Vanix has been manipulating her. You now have proof in hand of the Nightmare Dragon. He kind of rolls an eye back in Kozlo's direction.
Kozlo just looks around like, what?
I didn't do nothing.
Now, if she is too reticent, too unwilling to give up those souls, Arctis sighs. There is something that my children can create upon Arctis. The prismatic dragons. They have the ability to create what are called progenitor shards. These are crystals that can take the very elemental essence of that which they are suffused in and absorb it, creating something that the mortals can utilize for their own ends. You may not be entirely in the know of this, but your friend Raine has a very, very large one of these progenitor shards, currently located in her airship. These shards are created by the prismatic dragon, and even the other dragon of various elemental aspects: fire, water, wind, and so on, create shards of their own. You know these as Borean shards. They are generally aspected towards one elemental aspect. You've come across these in your travels, yes?
Yeah.
What Narcissa has done has created shards of her own. But those that have trapped these souls within, and though they cannot be freed by conventional means, they can potentially be moved from one place to another. Inside every soul is a song of memory, a song of the lived experience. And this song is called resonance. And every soul, much like a fingerprint, is unique. By healing the prismatic dragon Prismata, she can be able to help you create progenitor shards. And together, you can sing these souls from the chambers that Narcissa has trapped them in, and place them within the shards themselves. It will not damage the shards or the souls. And from there, Prismata, excuse me, there's water. It's killing me.
Yeah, same.
And from there, Prismata, or another one of the great prismatic dragons, can help you sing these souls to where they belong without harming them in the process. Currently, Prismata is being greatly weakened by the sloe, and her death would be a tragedy to all of Arctis, as she is one of my oldest children. save Prismata, and you have a way to stabilize these souls, take them from Narcissa's unwilling grasp, and release them back into the ether. Grebella, you have the power of dragon that thrums inside of you, and if Prismata cannot be saved, you can speak on behalf of the dragons and ask them for their aid. Arctis stretches his neck out and very delicately touches the tip of his nose to your forehead. It is cold.
Got booped.
Like
Getting
Small.
booped by the snoot.
little snoot boop.
Oh my goodness.
It feels like a little
Grebella,
ice cube.
what's it like? What's it like getting booped by God?
I think she's freaking out a little bit, but like not in a bad way, and I'm like, whoa, what's happening?
With this, I awaken the dragon inside of you, and you will be able to understand their unique song. And from there, you should be able to sing the song of resonance and guide the souls to their proper resting place. Seek out Prismata once she is healed, and she will teach you more.
Oh shit.
Grebella, you can now polymorph into a red dragon once a day.
Holy shit.
What the fuck?
Go now.
Once a day, every day.
No.
With my blessing, you will speak on behalf of the red dragons. You have the fury of Slagheart inside you, and the song of resonance that all dragons sing in my honor can now be learned. Free the trapped souls and all of dragonkind, all of my children will see you as a hero. These souls protect not just me, but all life on my back.
The pressure.
Go now and be the speaker for dragonkind.
Grebella will do a very awkward curtsy as she goes back over to her friend.
But hopefully, Narcissa will be able to be reasoned with, though I cannot predict what such a mortal can do.
Do I show them? Do I wait?
You can, if you wish.
Let me scoot over here.
I don't know if it's like on my sheet or if it's just I ask you.
It is
boop
not
person.
yet, but I will
Okay.
definitely add it.
Yeah. I figured.
Do you wish change into a red dragon?
Yeah, fuck it.
One moment.
I know Raine has been excited about this for a while, so. Asriel will be excited because now I'm a special Pokemon.
Holy shit!
My question is, I want to be able to do that too.
This is cool.
Please tell me that the big, mean-looking dragon still sounds exactly like Grebella the whole time.
Yeah.
I could use a voice changer, I guess, but it would be so goofy.
What do you guys think?
I don't know. I like adorable Grebella sounding dragon. I'm having a really hard time parsing how that conversation landed at you turning into a dragon, but also I am so proud of you.
Yeah, thanks.
She like wiggles her butt.
Good. Good, another one in my immediate vicinity, of course. Yay! Congratulations, Grebella.
Oh no!
More
Mother?
dragons. More
Grebella,
dragons in my life.
even though your friends are being chatty, you can hear something off in the distance. Something outside of these ethereal windows in Arctis's mind. Like a choir. A song of contented souls that have lived, died, and lived again upon Arctis's back. Some sorrowful, some joyous, but all a part of the great circle of life and creation. Do you hear them?
Whoa.
These are your friends, your family, everything and everyone that has ever lived and died upon my back. They are now a great part of the Aurora Borealis, the light of life. And all of you mortals are suffused with the light that has come before you and the experiences that others have lived. There is no individual within the Borealis. There is simply life. The song and resonance is precious and important, as only the song and the resonance and other dragons can identify a singular soul within the Borealis and coax it out or return it properly. This is a great burden, but also a blessing, Grebella. Use it wisely, and let no one control your fate, except you.
Working on it.
And Grebella would just sit like a cat as a dragon, right where she is. She's gonna enjoy this for a little while while they're chilling there.
Let no one else control your fate, says the dragon that just turned you into a dragon.
I'm afraid I'm
right.
out of free dragon vouchers.
Oh, yeah, you did have to eat a weird heart.
And mine doesn't have to be red. Mine can be any color you want.
Because that's the one I ate.
Alright, yeah, sure. Yeah, you conveniently run out of dragon vouchers right at this point. Of course you do. I'm not bitter at you, Arctis. I'm not. This is just a very awkward situation.
We'll give you one sometime, Victor. It's fine.
We'll get to the loot bit in a minute, actually. I'm sure there's got to be great loot. Anyway, Swab, Kozlo, do we need a huddle for you guys?
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm asking.
I think I was, especially from what we've been hearing, probably just asking about how to get to the city of Brass. Because it sounds like we need to go there, but we don't really know how to get there.
That might be a good question. And one of the only questions so far that hopefully doesn't lead to another legendary quest.
He'll be all
Hopefully
like,
it's just-
to reach the city of brass, you must first head through the
Shrine of the
vaunted
Silver
caverns.
Well,
You can start.
You have to go through the city of tin first.
Mhm.
Make a stop at the
City of Copper.
Bronze. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If you
Then
hit
a
the city of
brief-
iron, you've gone too far.
Brief side path through the city of discovery of metallurgy.
But if you get to the city of cheese, you're totally lost.
But there's also the City of Brass for Goblin, the City of Brass for Gnomes, so make sure you just choose which one you want.
Yeah. There's City of Brass, Illinois, and then there's City of Brass, Michigan. You don't want to be in the City of Brass, Michigan.
And if you end up in the city of industry, you have fucked up.
Yeah, you fucked up real bad.
Yeah, you're supposed to take the third exit off the freeway and then stop at the corner with the man in the yellow rain jacket. His name is Frank. Frank's going to give you instructions that'll work for the next 3 blocks.
Fucking Frank.
Okay, well, I guess, Grebella, did you learn how we can get the souls out of Narcissa or
Wangdoodle,
whatever?
if you have a follow-up question, I can ask it on your behalf.
Yeah, the Prisma shards, and I gotta learn to sing dragon stuff and help Prismata.
I'm gonna need a much more detailed download on that later.
Yeah.
Maybe start jotting it down.
I vaguely did. We'll probably need Christina to help me out though.
Save Prismata.
Okay.
Learn Dragon Soul singing song. Put souls
Borean
in
shards.
in colorful crystals.
Yeah.
It puts the soul in the coconut and drink it all up. That is actually the dragon song. You just sing that over and over. So yeah, then I guess it's you, Wangdoodle, if you have any follow-up questions that we want Swab or Kozlo to ask. Otherwise, Kozlo asking about where we can find the City of Brass seems reasonable. I feel like we could figure that out if we needed to, but it'd be great to have that just answered.
You know, while we're here, let's just get the directions, you know? Let's not make the big a mess out of this than we need to.
And the only other thing that we didn't cover was like helping Azrael save the cards so they can go home, or question mark?
Well, that's, I think we fix we deal with the slow, we get the anti-venom for the slow, and then we can make the slow not so slowy, and then we work with hunting down and getting a seed from all of the world trees to repair the ley lines, and I think that helps Magmara.
Don't they
Because
need
that's-
something to stand the heat again or something? Or is that something we were having Azrael do?
I don't know. That might be a good question.
Yeah, that was one of those. Azrael was going to try to replace him and do the thing, but was struggling.
Yeah,
so
I don't know.
that's why it's on my list still. Anyway, shit, we need to. Shit,
seems like a
Grebella
good
wants to
one.
fix because she gets blamed for it. Yeah.
How to help Azrael figure out their fucking job.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems like a good one. Like in general, that seems like a good one.
Yeah. Either of those. For Swab if you don't got nothing else. Every time I say Swab now, every time I say Swab now, I want to call you, giving her Swabarella.
You cut out a lot, and then Swabarella was all.
Yes, I want to give you all the nicknames that we give our kitten: Swabarella, Swabby, Swabbles.
Get him, Swabby.
Yeah.
El Swabarino. Did Wangdoodle did you have a follow-up question maybe for what you wanted to know that we could do?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's...
Swab would very much ask whatever question Swab asks though, he's gonna ask it that requires like the most direct and to the point response, and not like a oh, if you happen to stumble across this magical thing later in life, maybe that could lead you in the way. That's gonna be like, no. I need exactsies.
Well, since it's more of a follow-up to my theory, I don't think that's gonna work. Because I mean, really, the only other question I have is, I mean, I don't even want to say this out loud because I don't want it to. Wangdoodle writes down on a piece of paper, how long can souls stay stored in a Borean shard before the shard can't hold them anymore?
I'll answer. I don't care.
I don't think you're going to get a direct answer. But you know what? Yeah.
No. C-Smoke can make this into a question. He can answer it.
Wangdoodle flips the paper around and scribbles on the other side. Tell me more about souls and Borean shards. And then scribbles in the corner, can you, and puts a caret before tell.
Okay. So you just want to know how long a soul stays in a boring shard? Easy.
Or you know, can you tell me more about souls and Borean shards? Not where they tied to the sun. And there's a lot of field here. This is really kind of, you know, a subject that.
But the problem is that if I say, "Can you tell me more?" that's a vague question and might not answer, and he'll give some roundabout answer that you're not going to be satisfied with. But if you want to specifically know how long they last, I can ask that.
Well,
Let's try. Please tell me more about souls and Borean shards, and see if we go with that. I mean, I'm with you. We got to be careful about you know. Can I ask the question? Yes. Thank you for your question. Let's move on.
Okay.
However you want to take it. It's your question. Unless you got something else you want to ask, it's all up to you.
Hello, Arctis. He's probably like bows.
Greetings, Swab.
I would like to follow up on the previous question about souls and Borean shards. I was wondering if it'd be possible for you to tell me more about them, such as, you know, how long does a soul stay in a Borean shard, or things of that nature?
Arctis nods.
To be specific.
Of course. This is a good and valid question.
Steve probably turns around, looks at me, does like a little fist bump, or a fist pump. Got it.
Nailed it.
A soul is not an infinite source of power. It starts off fresh, blank, young. Imagine yourself as a wee fledgling, a fresh soul, reborn onto this continent. A soul is empowered by the sum of its experiences, and thus the soul of a freshly hatched fledgling would be significantly weaker than one filled with the sum of its experiences. Thus, there is no direct answer to how long a soul would stay within a Borean shard. Though the shard is meant to encapsulate and hold, and to a certain extent even protect a soul within, it only provides a certain amount of stability. A young soul, for example, without a source of enrichment, such as existence, would quickly become useless and not a form of power. But a soul rich in experiences and knowledge would burn brighter, longer, and more stable. Thus, one with many experiences that has met many trials and tribulations would burn brighter and longer than one new to the world. Think of them as akin to candles. Many of them would outlast a normal mortal's lifespan, but within a shard, they are stabilized, but yet removed from their ability to gain enrichment, aka the mortal form. A soul within a Borean shard will eventually and entirely lose its power, and not without returning it to the cycle for rest and recuperation, will simply cease to exist. Thus, it is important for all souls to return to the light of the aurora, for peace and contemplation, before it returns once more to this world for enrichment. As I am answering to the best of my ability, I cannot give you a singular answer, but I hope this is enlightening, as the souls of children would not burn as long or as bright as one with many storied experiences, that anyone trapped within a Borean shard for an extended period of time will eventually and utterly lose its power, without the ability or capacity to experience life in a mortal shell. I hope this answers your question, Swab. As your
Caesar's gonna look at Wangdoodle like,
I wasn't expecting great news out of that, so yeah, good. Wangdoodle just gives him a thumbs up.
This is
She's
also
about-
why it's important for, he looks over at Grebella, for any souls that have been denied the rest of the aurora to be returned, lest they disappear entirely, their memories forgotten, as if they never existed at all.
Caesar will bow. Thank you, Arctis. As he walks over to Kozlo, ask him whose Borean shard would be the strongest of all of us. Don't ask him that.
Forgive me, I am not trying to be enigmatic. But life is as varied as the experiences that you have. And thus, one answer is not easy to give. All souls burn brightly, for you are filled with potential. Some squander it, others embrace it. Who is next?
Am I the only one left?
I think so.
Sure are.
So Kozlo will like pull everyone together again and be like,
Okay, last chance. Sounds like I'm asking, like, how do we get to the city of brass and bring that into the fold?
Yeah, I think
Is that what
so.
I'm doing?
If you're comfortable with it, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I want to get there.
It's starting to seem like we don't really have a choice, if I'm honest.
All right.
Kozlo will step up and like puff his chest up a little bit, put on his hat, try to look as dignified as possible.
Dearest esteemed Arctis dragon of the universe, whatever.
Greetings, Kozlo Greenfinger of the equally esteemed Greenfinger clan. Welcome.
Kozlo's like, yeah, equally esteemed. Well, known just as well throughout everywhere.
So you mentioned a few times this city of brass. We already kind of heard of it. I would like to know, how do we get there and bring it into something we are able to visit / have control over?
He nods and thinks for a moment. The city of Brass is most known as being a hub for cross-planar trade. As I have mentioned, it has been many years since the Grand Bazaar of Bazaars has been open. Many of the most powerful elemental lords have once visited the city of Brass, as they have. However, the amount of elemental lords is as varied as the amount of planes there are. The one closest to you that you have been familiar with, a once powerful elemental lord, now sleeps quietly. The elemental lord of fire and magma, Novus. Ironically, the key to the city of Brass was once held by this elemental lord, but as it has become a sea of conflict, Novus has had very little reason to visit there. But what has been penned in your books of history, that Novus now resides beside your patron, the one you call Azrael. Is that correct?
Yeah, alongside, we'll go with it.
Azrael is new to their station, but holds just as much respect as Novus once did to the elemental plane of fire. Azrael is young, and you do not have time for them to gain the necessary experience in order for them to reopen the city of Brass themselves. But they have already proven themselves by not destroying Novus, but absorbing him and taking whatever status, station, and power comes with it. Azrael has the capacity, and you, I believe one of you has something that you have found within the Vault of Icarus, an elemental Lord Mark. Who has that?
I think Raine does.
Whoever has it, link it in chat, please.
Get it?
Mm-hmm. This seal, the Elemental Lord's royal mark, is more important than you might think. It is not just a symbol of status and power, but a key in itself. Hold this, and with Azrael's blessing, you should be able to access the city of Brass through the elemental plane of fire. bring this mark to Azrael and have them infuse it and align themselves with this mark. Once they have bound themselves to it, the road and the door will open to you. Keep in mind, Azrael is still young to their position, and though they have the mark of respect and the admiration through power and conquest, they are still weak and new to commanding the elements. And so you, as their patron, should do what you do best and protect them and ensure that no harm comes to Azrael, for they will be your guidance and protection, and also your access to the city of Brass. Keep that mark close, but your loyalty to Azrael closer. And the door within the elemental plane of fire that Azrael now sits upon will open to you. But know this: great conflict lies within the city of Brass, and even you and your combined powers, even nods at Grebella, and even with a dragon at your side, may not stave off the warring forces of the city of Brass for long. You will need more than just the 5 of you and the blessing of Azrael.
Well, it's a good thing we got a whole friggin' army handy.
Arctis smiles and nods. Sometimes, all the elemental lords might need is a little display of power. Utilize everything that you have, all of the powers, all of the tools at your disposal before entering the city of Brass, for you will need it, lest you are picked apart like vultures on carrion. I hope this answers your question.
Yeah, pretty much.
Are more questions available for purchase?
Unfortunately not.
Oh, that was technically a question, you answered it. Got it.
Young mortals, it is bravery and perseverance that has brought you here to see the truth of all things. And I have answered your question to the best of my ability. But for all mortals, it is best that what you call gods or other cosmic forces do not meddle too much within the material plane, lest your lives do not become your own. I have given you the information I have learned from all of those that have walked upon my back, and those that have come before you. But it is only your experiences that allow me to know these things. And so, I thank you. You have allowed me to see the world with fresh eyes, eyes full of hope. And even though I am pained by the sloe, I have faith that you will be able to gain the venom of Tiamat, devise the solution to the sloe, and set things right within Arctis. Terrible dangers still await you, and I respect and commend your bravery and heroics. My guidance only goes so far. Your choices, your experiences, and ultimately, your fates are up to you. It has been very good to see you in the flesh, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for freeing me from Vanix's influence. The nightmares should be quelled for now, and we can focus on the important things at hand. Stopping the sloe, saving the dragons of Arctis, and bringing peace once again to the land. I wish you only the very best. He looks at Grebella. And I consider you just as much my child as the other dragons that walk upon Arctis.
She'll waggle her tail, still confused on how to be a dragon.
Mighty Arctis, would you mind if we all rested here for a while before departing? Raine kind of like absentmindedly rubs Lucaris's scale.
Of course. Rest as long as you like. It shall be a lovely, peaceful sleep, and perhaps you will dream of the song I will sing to the Aurora Borealis in order to fill these souls with hope and peace. Although Kozlo sees Swab, Wangdoodle, and Raine, you do not hear it. Grebella, you hear a rumble begin in Arctis's throat. And then he begins to sing. As he sings to the Aurora Borealis, it begins to glow brighter and change shape slightly. You can see almost humanoid-like figures floating within the light, and then dissipating. They care not for the trials and tribulations of mortality, as the souls have had their mortal experience, and now are calmed and soothed by the song of the dragon. Arctis truly loves and cares for all things and all creation that has been a part of the experience of his travels, the books of the Great Ice Library. He is their caretaker, and they are as much part of him as you are. The song is both sweet and sorrowful, full of hope, tinge of sadness. It is like a farmer watering his plants, nourishing them, preparing those that are ready for another go at mortality, and invigorating the others that have long persisted and are tired of being mortal and yearn for something beyond. For the rest of you, it looks like just Arctis is gazing out the window, occasionally shifting his head from side to side from time to time. But Grebella, the song fills you with hope and longing. It is an entire lived experience within a single verse. It is touching, moving, peaceful, sad, everything all at once. And you begin to understand the purpose of the dragon. As a caretaker, as a preserver, and as a keeper of mortal knowledge. What do you all do?
Raine sits up to take a long rest without the dome for a change. Assuming that we are all much safer now.
Famous last words.
Arctis assures you, nothing will bother you.
In before that hag comes out.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Raine has just enough juice left to fight that hag if she pops up. And besides, we've got a dragon now.
True.
We kind of have two in a way.
Wangdoodle's a whale. Sir.
Well, Arctis would definitely help us.
Have you seen this guy? He looks like he's, one step away from just, slipping back into a coma.
Kozlo will reach into his pack where his little spider friend is hanging out and have them make him a little silk hammock to sleep on in a corner somewhere.
Amazing.
I was definitely thinking, though, when you said that Arctis was singing, I just was thinking Freebird in my head.
Even flow!
Down over here between a couple of these pillars. Have a little Kozlo spot.
Spider friend very quickly spins you a delightful and non-sticky hammock, which you can take a nap not on the floor. Spider friend, let me bring out Spider friend here.
That hammock's not vegan, man. You're making that spider work for you.
What about Kozlo implied that he's vegan?
I don't know. You can't just make the animal work for you, man.
He likes it.
Hello.
Yeah, don't you remember the friendship reigns from not too long ago?
Azrael says you have done a good job.
Aw, thanks.
Azrael's very proud of you. And they can't wait to see you soon.
Yeah, I think we're headed there pretty soon.
Azrael asks if I have been helpful and a good friend.
Yeah, you know what? I think this is starting to work out pretty well.
Spider turns on screen. She's going to ask you a simple question now.
Would you please fill out this survey? It reflects really well on my job performance.
I will watch you while you sleep.
Oh, great!
Jesus
Grunks used to do that.
The spider crawls up the side of one of the pillars and just stares straight down.
Kozlo just, it does not bother him.
Shh, sleep. Sleep. Would you like me to tell you a story?
Yeah, I'd like that.
Once upon a time, there was a brave goblin from Macomb. That's you.
Kozlo's like instantly asleep as soon as it starts talking. Very effective.
And this goblin had so many friends and so much danger. Yet, with the power of friends...
Wait, Still, even though Kozlo is sleeping, the spider still goes on.
But because of friendship, the goblin could do anything he ever wanted, including crossing between the planes, felling gods, and even destroying Tiamat herself. The brave goblin drove his dagger into Tiamat's heart. Everyone lived happily ever.
Kozlo sleeping through the major story beats.
Meanwhile, with Grebella, Swab, and Wangdoodle and Raine, what are you all doing as Arctis sings a song for all of the souls in the Borealis?
So I'm just going to post up over here along the wall.
Raine is going to unclasp Lacaris's scale and kind of like set it down next to her. And she's going to pull out Mana Flow and set it across her lap. Are you feeling lighter in there? Vanix is gone.
Much. I feel like I could sleep for 100 years, honestly. The rift that was in the sanctum, the Moon Sage's sanctum, is finally sealing, like an infection has been lifted. In time, it will seal itself. I won't necessarily be needed anymore. Well, at least in that capacity.
I was going to say, slow your roll a little bit. We got like 3 more epic quests to go on now.
It will take time for that rift to heal. But it will heal. Thanks to you all.
Oh, I'm glad. Maybe for the first time we can all rest a little bit easier now. First time in a long time.
It's frightening how Vanix could place such a terrible egg within the wall between worlds like a blanket. I'm just glad it's not there anymore, nor the lingering corruption. But if you'll excuse me, I feel like, I could sleep for 100 years.
Honestly, that sounds like a great idea. I might join you. Raine will actually just try to dream and actually sleep instead of meditate.
Exhaustion takes over, and you find yourself slipping off a extremely comfortable and dreamless sleep. Wangdoodle, what are you doing?
Wangdoodle is
Jorking it.
Jorking it?
no,
No
we're
jorking.
not doing any of that. No, it's especially on a first meeting. That's
no jorking.
That's a bit aggressive, if we're honest.
Arctis stares directly at you. There will be no joking.
He's like, excuse you? In my gallery?
What you jork is written forever in the annals of history.
Don't make me tap the sign. It just says no jorking.
No jorking.
The sign gets reset 0 days since the last jorking incident. Wangdoodle is going to be taking some notes, mostly about Tiamat's venom and the spell, and writing underneath the notes, just in big word, is just thaumaturgy with a question mark. And he'll just let out a sigh, close his notes, and just kind of curl up next to the wall and go to sleep.
Oh, shit, there's one important thing, at least about stopping the sloe that I did forget to mention for Raine. One part of it was acquiring Tiamat's anti-venom in order to counteract the chaotic venom that is now what is one half of sloe. The other part is the spell plague. I will do this as an addendum to what Arctis has told you. But some of the rules for both understanding and unraveling the spell plague once it is free of Tiamat's chaotic venom has only one written way to understand it. And it is scribed upon Frank's bones. Only Frank has the ability to both understand and give you the means of removing the spell plague. For that history is forever burned upon his very being. Frank is the other half of what you will need in order to fully neutralize at least the spell plague part of the sloe. You'll need both Tiamat's venom and whatever Frank has written on his bones regarding the spell plague.
Christina uses every part of the NPC here, even the bones.
Even the bones.
Nothing goes to waste in Arctis.
It is scribed upon his bones in the very same manner that Grebella has magic inscribed upon her bones, the way the Jinns have done it, in order to grant her mother her fated wish, something that is carried over through forms and through lifetimes. Frank has a very similar thing scribed upon his bones, the secrets of the spell plague. Apologies, I did forget to add that. I was like, there's two parts to this.
Good thing we didn't send Frank off to the glue factory.
You just have to find him again.
Where do we have to find him again? He's always at Raine's house.
Why is he always there?
Freeloader.
No. He's allowed. We like Frank. Well, Raine likes Frank. Nobody else in the Ascended crew has historically liked Frank very much.
That is true. Not a lot of people like Frank. I like Frank.
I mean, after all of this, understandable?
Wasn't Frank kind of the problem?
I mean, Frank Horace or whatever was kind of the problem. Frank is totally harmless. He doesn't remember any of that. He's a totally different person now. Who happens to have the secret mysteries of a devastating spell plague inscribed on his bones.
Listen, that Frank was so 2024, okay? New year, new Frank.
New year, new Frank.
Look, you can't cancel somebody for something they tweeted a millennia ago. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, geez, sheesh.
Times change. A little bit of apocalypse back then was like totally normal. It was just the kids being edgy.
Sure, you lost a third of the population, but you know what? Streets were a little crowded anyway. It's fine. Disasters are in the script.
And think of all the fun things we've learned since then. Society has truly advanced.
One moment, please.
I mean, it has advanced, perhaps solely through time, but yeah.
technically correct.
It's the best kind of correct.
I got that reference.
You all drift off into the most peaceful sleep you have had in what feels like months. There are no nightmares, nothing to assault you in your dreams, no night hag, no need to meditate and be aware of your surroundings. And even though you cannot hear Arctis's singing, you can imagine its beauty as you are bathed in the light of the Aurora Borealis. And even Grebella, you too, though you can hear the song, are lulled off to sleep as he finishes a rather soothing verse. Even the chill of the Great Ice Library leaves your bones, and you all leave this very, very far behind. Goodbye, my children, my heroes. You are precious to me, and I wish you only the very best.
I imagine Arctis says that, just Kozlo snoring in the background.
But does he at least let us get a long rest so Lucaris' scale upgrades?
It does. He does.
Fuck yes. Oh, this is lovely.
Oh my god, I forgot about Kozlo and Wangdoodle's blanket fort from like 100 years ago.
Everyone can take a long rest.
Oh, that's right, because you all just fucking sleep for some reason. We have a giant castle and you sleep in Raine's room.
I get lost, okay?
Look, we discussed having movie night. Movie night ended up having some weird nightmares. You know, barely a day has passed. It's fine.
Been a long, long journey in the Great Ice Library. Raine, you can also take a long rest.
Oh.
When you wake up, you find yourselves in comfy beds, thick, downy blankets pulled up to your chin. Some of you, blanket forts wrapped around you like a comforting cocoon. You're in a familiar place. Oh, it's House Lunesti. You can hear the chattering of the Somniari in the halls. And for some of you, the soft snoring of your partners. Eris, too, is sleeping, an arm slung around Raine, and unconsciously, as Raine, your eyes open, he pulls you closer, but is still sleeping soundly. Was it all a dream? Surely not. The memories of the Great Ice Library linger in the back of your minds. All of the words that Arctis has said resonate. If you ever forget what he has told you, then merely ask. But otherwise, there are no methods, no more trials, no more conquering your primal fears. You have all learned a great amount of things during your travels in the Great Ice Library, and it has opened your mind even further than it has been before. Everyone gains a level.
Oh.
Oh.
Yay.
The Great Ice Library is now woohoo! A memory, but a close one. As Arctis has sung you off to sleep, you gain new insight, new powers, and of course, a new perspective on existence. You do not have to level up now, but we will do it next session. As you wake up in the peace of House Lunesti, there is still much for you to do. One of the secrets, at least one of the things that you need in order to stop and reverse the sloe, Frank, it's at arm's reach and thankfully still within your house. With the threat of the grand bazaar of the plains, the city of brass is your only ticket to potentially reaching the Nine Hells or procuring something from the Nine Hells. If you are brave or foolish enough, you could go to the Nine Hells itself. But if you are to procure Tiamat's venom, it is best to reopen the city of brass and potentially have someone bring it to you. But with the war and strife in the great extraplanar bazaar, it might be up to you and your powerful elemental patron, Azrael, in order for you to make headway in the chaos of the city. This will be a war that you will have to quell with both might and smarts. You do have an army of brass at your back, and a powerful new dragon ally in Grebella. Things look possible. You know the names and the locations of the world trees, which will allow the ley lines to once again grow fruitfully. But stopping the sloe and reversing it, or encapsulating it and utilizing it, at least in Wangdoodle's capacity, is of the highest priority. Stopping the sloe means you save Prismata. And now that you have someone, Grebella, with the ability to sing the dragon song of resonance, there might be hope for Lucaris as well, in order for him to return to where he belongs. And, of course, for you to not unleash a powerful minion of the Nine Hells upon this plane. Kozlo and Wangdoodle, as you wake up, the familiar face of Swab can be seen in your doorway. Looks at you expectantly. You are all warm and comfortable and bundled up, and honestly, you're a little hesitant to leave the comforts of your blanket fort.
Hey, Swab, you want to come in?
It's nice here. Feels like a little nest of pillows and blankets. Eris pulls you closer, and then you can feel him kind of wake up, and he sits up in bed and looks down at you, and he pinches himself.
Nope, come back down.
Oh, not a dream. Not a dream.
The cats are starting to rouse in the next room. I don't want to think about that right now.
It's 5 more. He pulls you closer, drifts back off to sleep. I knew you would come back.
I always come back.
Baby, come back.
You can blame it all on me. Grebella, you wake up in the comfortable bed, and you can feel the simmering heat of the now fully manifested draconic power inside of you. It's tempered by your natural inclination for the elements, earth and fire combining into rolling lava courses through your veins. You are a being of both worlds. Now more than ever.
Oh, yeah.
And at least, as a dragon, you also have great resistance to fire. And at least on the elemental plane of fire, you will be a great asset, if not an impressive ally, to the underlings on that particular plane. Not every day they get to see a dragon. They are generally children of Arctis, and born for the material plane. Seeing a dragon in the flesh on the plane of fire will certainly leave an impression. The keys are in your hand now. You have the seal that you need in order to unlock the way to the city of Brass, the great bazaar of all bazaars, where the most powerful of elemental lords barter and trade, or at least once bartered and traded. War.
How bizarre.
How bizarre.
How bizarre.
War and
Thank you,
greed
I was thinking it.
has caused the city of Brass to now become a isolated
City of ass.
Yeah, city of ass. Roll ass.
Woohoo! Roll for ass!
An isolated and lonely place for the plains, and it's now up to you to bring order to it. Whether that is through might, through wisdom, or through previous experiences. The choices
What about
are yours.
by making them playlists?
Oh, or numerous playlists. The choices are now yours. Now, Grebella, you are also directly related to a great lord. We'll also keep that in mind. At least as we continue our next few chapters of Arctis. The next session will be considered Season 6.
Oh, shit.
As we go from the story of the Great Ice Library to the story of the City of Brass. And finally, finding exactly what you need in order to reverse the sloe, cure Prismata, save Lucaris, and put him back in his rightful place as an Ascended, and return the Red Abishai to the Nine Hells. You also have Narcissa to deal with, as she has taken souls away from the rest that they so desperately desire. And as Arctis forewarned, eventually those souls will simply cease to exist if she keeps them long enough. Though it might take hundreds of years, it is not a fate that they deserve. They should be returned to the Aurora Borealis for their proper rest and recuperation until they wish to find once again a mortal form, experience life. But can the Lich be bartered with? Or will you have to do it by force? That is also up to you. As for Wangdoodle, you have discovered numerous properties, at least about the sloe, and the truth of its origin, a combination of chaos and destruction. Something so unpredictable that it's almost hard to grasp that it can be harnessed or weaponized in some sort of magical way. Perhaps mundane might be the way to go about it. But that is a theory and a hypothesis for another time. For as you gain all of the tools that you need in order to understand the sloe, the more you will be able to control it.
Wangdoodle will just make a normal suit. It basically just rounds off all of his edges. Walks up to the slope. Hi, how are you?
Sign here, please.
Well, lovely weather we're having.
With the destruction of Vanix, a plague upon the Somniari, Raine, you will be seen in much, much higher esteem than you ever have to Eris's people. Vanix has been a plague upon not just Eris, but Alara and all of the Somniari for quite some time. And your return will herald a new age for the Somniari, as they can now work without Vanix and his plotting as a constant threat. As for Swab and Kozlo, there's a lot about Polaris that you still might not understand. You know there is a world tree that lives within Polaris. You know that the ley lines of magic are created by the roots of the world trees. There's so much you could potentially profit off of. Whether it be by sea or within the city itself, you have almost full control over the city and the respect of all its denizens. And now that you are fully on board with Raine, as you all have now put Vanix down, you are just as respected as the Queen herself. And the city folk will see you in a whole new light. This is not the same for the Vakarans, however, who still are a little bit lost without their patron elemental lord. But as Azrael gains power, perhaps they will gain the respect of the wayward Vakarans as well. Though the Magmarans still have a significant amount of suffering to tolerate, as the sloe is still a destructive force in their region. But you're not entirely out of the woods yet. Keeping the Magmarans at bay will be important for you to remain profitable within the city. Although you could just sell a bunch of weapons to the Vakarans and tell them to go for it. It generally is better for you to profit when people are, alive.
There's always profiting in arms trafficking, okay?
Ah, war profiteering, hooray. But again, that is entirely up to you.
There's always money in the banana stand.
There it is.
Well, I burned the banana stand to the ground, Raine.
You all have an army of brass soldiers at your disposal, mummies inside that have been carefully preserved, almost acting like Borean shards themselves. Might be time to awaken them soon. Or, sing them a little song and give them new purpose to take back the city of brass. Not just for Polaris or Azrael, but for all of existence.
Trade Prince Kozlo of the City of Brass.
You all still have a lot to do, but now the answers are on the table. The keys are in your hands. It might take some preparation, but you have goals. And perhaps opening the City of Brass and creating the extraplanar center of trade will allow you to get your hands on Tiamat's venom and put a stop to the sloe once and for all. This is your new goal for Season 6. And with that, things will fall into place. You all decide to take just 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes in bed. Ah, it feels so good. And as you rest and think about leveling up, that is where we will stop the session today. You have succeeded in the Great Ice Library. Your pressing questions have been answered. Your tale does not end here. Not yet. And I hope you are all looking forward to more adventures. I hope you all enjoyed. Yay! I hope you all enjoyed the Great Ice Library. It was a fun romp. The Mephits are not here. Where are they? Maybe you'll find them.
Drowning in a pile in a thing of Malort.
Hang on. They were supposed to show up for day 1 onboarding. What do you mean?
Yeah, HR is going to be very upset with them.
Oh my god, no call, no shows? Same.
And you can't find Mephits that want to work this, anymore. This generation just does not want to work.
Nobody wants to work anymore.
Maybe they're in Grebella's
Why
cave.
would you want to work?
These little Mephits gotta pick themselves up by their bootstraps. Do Mephits have boots?
Oh, they make you little boots.
Did you all enjoy the Great Ice Library?
Yes.
Yes.
Leslie, you can go fuck yourself.
I got booped on the snoot.
You did. You're a dragon now. You get a level and you can be a dragon.
Flap, flap, wiggle, wiggle.
Another season, another person close to Wangdoodle becoming a dragon. I'm not liking this pattern right now.
I can't wait till we turn Kozlo into just a small green dragon. That'll be great. But think of all the cool magic items you can find in the City of Brass.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say replicate? Because I heard replicate.
Exactly. It's time to duplicate. All right,
I'm
everybody.
getting dangerously close to expanding my number of attuned items.
Before next session, I would like everybody to think about what you want for level 16. And this will be the start of our high-end campaign. As we go into 16 plus territory and shit starts getting crazy. So think carefully about your choices as you are going to start doing battle with pretty powerful extraplanar shit. Season 6. Oh, go ahead.
I will not be here next week. I am helping my best friend drive from Vegas to Boston. So we are leaving on Sunday morning. So I will not be here.
That's okay. We might actually skip next week just because I might need a little more prep time in between the seasons. So I think we might pick it back up the week after if you are planning to miss. So I'll just put that on the calendar for everybody. And then
Or off season.
Off season?
Works for me because I'm starting a streamathon next week, so that is very convenient.
Perfect.
Hooray!
So we will skip next Monday, and then the Monday after that, we'll spin up season 6, and we'll start exploring the City of Brass.
Hooray!
Or at least getting to it, and what you decide to bring into it. Because apparently shit's not good there.
Hey, if season 5 was any clue, getting somewhere is our season extending speciality, so strap in for season 6.
Oh my god. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it burns bright with the elemental plane of fire. Wahahaha.
Oh goody, more fire. Hey, we can do that too.
Alright. Alright, everybody. You are free for today. Enjoy your level up. Enjoy your week off.
Okay.
And I will see you the week after for the new season of Arctis. Sound good?
Hooray.
Bye.
Okay.
Alright, everybody. Have a good night. See you level 16 in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
Good night.
Alright, good night, everybody.
Oh my
All right, everybody. That's it for Arctis today. Oh. Finally. 30-something episodes later, the Great Ice Library is over. And a new season begins. With even more dangers, more powerful enemies, and a mysterious bazaar between the planes. Out of the loop? Catch up on the VODs over on YouTube at ArctisDD. Remember, we're a little itty-bitty YouTube channel, so all your likes and subscribes are super appreciated. Go do that now. It's totally free. Catch all of our shorts on Twitter, TikTok, and Blue Sky over on Play Arctis. And I'm your DM Zarina. Hey! Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for joining the stream. Thanks for watching. It's been a nice long season, but the heroes finally get a little bit of rest. As they hit level 16, we are in the end game of this campaign. They have a lot to do still. They have answers about the sloe right at their fingertips, and it's just as easy as getting the venom of Tiamat. Should be simple, right? Keep watching, as we will not be here next week. We're going to take a week off. A little bit of a break, a little bit of a DM recharge, a little bit of a player recharge, and we're going to get back into it full force the week after. I'd appreciate it if you joined us. If you're not following the stream, give us a follow. You can hang out with the crew, chime in. I read all the chat messages. You can chime in when the players are doing something ridiculous. But anyway, I'm your DM Zarina. Thank you for watching. And I hope to see you next time for Season 6.